Right, let's do this. So now you may be thinking this is the wrong game to be showing Schedule 1. No, Factorio is exactly the right game to be showing something that's missing in Schedule 1. Now, in Schedule 1, you can do mixes where you take a product, you put it into a mixing station, and then the output of which you can then put into another mixing station, and you can just carry along a line of chains until you end up with a product with a desired mix. However, the automation in the game is lacking, so I'm going to do something here. So we'll select a recipe. Let's go with this oil refinery, for example, right? And as you can see here, you've got all these intermediate components. You've got steel, iron, electronic circuits, pipes, and stone bricks. So that would be similar to getting your flour bud and then mixing it with cuke, gasoline, mouthwash, Viagra, and mega beans. So let's just say we're going to do that, right? Now, here's the thing. If I had these components in my hand, I could just take them and I could put them there. But we are going to be a bit better than that. So we'll have the icon there. By the way, this is another thing. If you hold down Alt, it shows an icon of what that machine's producing. So in this one, we're going to do two things. Is that going to be in the way? Actually, that might be in the way. Not implementing in Schedule 1 is power, although I hear that is coming in an upcoming update. So just move these slightly to a side. I like things symmetrical, but that's not necessary. We'll get some inserters. Inserters represent the handlers. So, do you see here we need both iron gears and pipes? Well, both of those can be made with iron. So I am going to get a chest, like so. And because I'm using a mod on this, I'm also going to change how the handlers, so I'm going to just say to them, just pick up from there. And then let's magic myself up some iron. So let's just say I've been to the gas mart and I've bought myself like 160 cans of cuke. Sorry, I don't know why that name makes me laugh, but it does. So, and here's me, and I've just put my product onto a storage shelf. So now the handlers can come pick it up. So this mixing station is going to make iron gear wheels like so. See, there's a handler. He's picking stuff up. It's putting in a mixing station. Mixing station's mixing it up. That mix is going into there. And this one, we're going to do the same thing. Now, another argument I think could be made is why not have it so that when you put all of these ingredients into one mixing station, it produces the mix? Why do you have to do it in multiple stages? I'm not going to make that argument today. So look, already that's 2 of the 5 ingredients needed. So let's provide it the rest. You know what, for expediency's sake, I'm going to put a thing in here, and then we'll load that with electronics. So this would be like any of the other ingredients. So there we go. There's electronics being loaded. But now, what if I had more than one ingredient on the same storage shelf? Like, for example, we need stone and steel. So I'm going to just give myself those things now. And then where's stone? I think it comes under here, doesn't it? So I'll do that. So I'll put in stone, I'll put in steel. Right, there you go. So there it is. And as you can see, the handler, because there's only one handler for these 3 ingredients, he's going to do it, but it's going to take time. Now you might say, oh, what if I hired 2 handlers to do pick from one shelf and put in this mixer? So there's 2 handlers speeding things along. And that's great. But as you can see, eventually what's going to happen is this machine's going to build it, like so. Yeah. And there's one, but where's the output? So I'll go ahead and do something in the output. So let's just put you there, like so. And now if I look here, nope, somehow that's gone missing. There we go. Now we've got the stuff in the output there. So I would like to see that feature in Schedule 1. I would like to see it like, here's a couple of shelves. Now, here's another thing which I think would be quite good. These are just your basic storage chests, which are very similar to a storage rack in Schedule 1. It's just a container for your products. Instead, I'm going to use requesters. So I'll do that, and I'll put that in there like so. They're flashing at the moment because they're not under any thing. So I, in here, had steel plate and electronic circuits and stone brick. Right, there we go. And this one, we're going to have iron. So we'll do iron like so. Yeah. And let's magic ourselves up a roboport. So we'll do a roboport like so. And we'll put some logistic robots in there. So where's logistic robots? There's some basic logistic robots like so. And as you can see, these would also be handlers because they go and fetch things because handlers do logistics. So let's go and provide a chest. Now this could represent like a van in the loading bay. This could be, I hope you're enjoying these analogies. This could be either the van a player drives or a van that an NPC drives for making a delivery. So I'm going to give myself all of those ingredients. So I do that, and then I think stone brick was the last one. Stone bricks, yeah. So these are all like the various products, and then if I just go ahead and pop them in there like so. Oh, unfortunately you couldn't see it because of the but you see sort of the ropes coming out there, and very quickly it's moving things into there. Is there a way I can undo the cheese? Look, I think this analogy goes as far as enough as what I'd like to say. You see, Schedule 1, you've got automation in it, and that's what really interested me about the game. Although I do enjoy skateboarding and picking up litter. That's a really fun part of the game. But this is what I'd love to see in Schedule 1. So, say, for example, you've got your barn with the docks. Van goes in. Van has, you told the van to go shopping at the petrol station, and it's got all those ingredients for your super profitable mix for whatever. And so it should just be a case of I don't have to tell the handlers to do it. It's just like, look, there's a van in there. Just offload the things and put them into storage shelves. So this, for example, is a passive provider. That could just be your generic storage shelf, and then you could have these mixer-specific storage shelves where, like, the handlers know there would have to be some sort of link between them. I think that should be done with a management clipboard, where you click on the storage shelf and just say, all the contents of here go into this mixer, or all the contents of here go into a chemistry station. Now, I want to give another example, so I'm just going to pause and gather my thoughts. And we're back. Now, this Schedule 1, which I would hope people can understand. And this chemistry station, no chemists is using it. And likewise, no handlers are using it. Do you see this all nice proportions of stuff? Because I've been doing this one by hand. If I go here, for example, and look at this chemistry station, a handler has gone in here, and he's put in some ingredients, but he's not put in the right mixture of ingredients. So I have to take that out, and likewise I have to take this out, because it's the wrong combination of ingredients is in. And then if I go, I need to find, that's what they want phosphorus, right? So I go here, and I go back to these, because the chemist won't work unless the right ingredients are in. So now that I've done that, hopefully, yep, here's a chemist, and he comes in and he starts working. Also, by the way, let me just check something, right? This is the recent update where they've got the storage unit and jukebox. Now, I've got a 2070 Super. It's not the newest card in the world, but up until this update it was running fine. It's now using 100% of my GPU, and it's using all 7.5 gigabytes of GPU memory, because apparently 2070 only has like 7.5, not 8 gigabytes. I don't know why that is. So whatever you've done there, can you fix it, please? Because if I go into settings, and so I'll go to display, I put VSync on. I've told the target frame rate to, well, let's play to 30, for example. I mean, I don't think I see any difference here, really. Let's just put all those ingredients there. Right, so, as much as I've tried to automate this, it's not exactly automated because the handlers, they're not putting things in the right proportion. So I'm going to quit this game here and we're going to go back to Factorio to show how I propose that it be done in the future. Right, when I'm talking about this also, bear in mind you've got 3 ingredient slots in the chemistry station. No, I don't want to save. Right, pause it there. Right, so back in Factorio, and I'm going to make a recipe which uses 3 ingredients, much like the chemistry station uses 3 ingredients. So if I go and use, you know what, I think for simplicity's sake, I'm going to use a storehouse, yeah. And so I'll put you down over here like so. And then I'm going to have, so the storehouse again is going to represent the storage rack where the handlers pick things up from. And then they're going to go to here. And then we're going to have an output shelf onto, we'll just do it here, like for example. So the recipe we're choosing is this, which as you can see uses electronic circuits, advanced and steel chests, right, like so. And then I'm going to, I'm not put any filters on here yet, but I will do. So what did you want again? Steel chest, red and green. Right, so let's magic myself up some of those. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then where's steel chest? There, 1, 2, right. So 1, 2, right. And did you see that all 3 handlers, they took the same ingredients, so they're taking like the green and they're all putting it at the same time. Now that would be equivalent to a handler going to themselves, oh, why don't I just pick up just acid or just phosphorus or just pseudo? So I'm going to use filters. I'm going to say you only pick up green. And you only pick up red. And you only pick up steel chest. The names are different, but this is essentially the same recipe that the chemistry station does to make crystals. So you got your 3 precursor ingredients, goes into the chemistry station, bubbles away, and then you get your output product. So as you can see here in Factorio, which is all about automation, you've got 4 handlers. But I think the way to do it is just in the chemistry station say, look, slot 1 is only 1 ingredient, slot 2 is only another ingredient. And you could actually, I would have filters on each of the slots saying you only put this here, you only put that there, and you only put this here. See? And that way, you never have chemists sort of twiddling their thumbs going, I can't do it because the handlers put the wrong ingredients in the chemistry station. So, really what I would like for the next update is something where you're not using 100% of my GPU. So whatever you've done, if you could optimize it, really appreciate that, Tyler. But once you've got the game running optimized and stable, please could we have this level of automation in the game about managing supply chains and logistics. Please. That's it. Thanks for watching my video. I've tried to make it as short as possible. In summary, please can we have Factorio style automation in Schedule 1? Goodbye.